I'd like to apologize in advance for breaking the game, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I was invited to the Las Vegas regional qualifiers, and I wasn't going to win. In fact, I had a goal in mind that was arguably much more valuable. Here's the deal. I already have my invite to the North American regionals for my last top 64 finish. I don't need to earn another invite. So instead of grinding for a trophy, I've decided to play for the best of prizing. In Riftbound, there's a special high value promo called the best of card that's given out to the top performing player at each legend across the tournament. It's essentially a mini tournament. Instead of having to outlast the other 1,500 players, you just need to do better than the other 40 people on your specific legend. Because of this, if you want to win a best of prize, you can't just play the best deck. The best deck has the most eyes on it. That means there's lots of small changes happening all the time. But the weaker legends, you have to innovate. You have to take a bad legend and find a way to make them good. My friends and I spent weeks in the lab. Most people were focused on Draven. That's the deck to beat. He's fast and he draws cards. He uses the Chaos and Fury runes to basically bully the entire field. Fury is known for having some of the best creatures in the whole game, while Chaos has the best interaction and card draw. And Draven is so good that he doesn't even need to play the broken Chaos draw spells. He just draws so much with his leader ability. But I was still searching for the deck I wanted to work on. One day, my friend Dan was playing Jinx versus Sivir. He was at the bottom of his library with 0 cards left, and he played a Vi Destructive. Normally, Vi is just an aggro finisher, but he used her to put a card at the bottom of his deck. And since he had no cards left in his library, that was the next card he drew, and that's when it clicked. If I could build a deck that draws its entire library, Vi just wasn't a finisher anymore. She was an infinite engine. I could stack my deck exactly how I wanted every single turn for an unbeatable late game. I had all these thoughts running through my head, but of course I discovered this idea 30 minutes before I have to leave for a 4-day trip. So I do what any sane person would do and throw 60 cards into my 40 card deck and make a frantic 5-minute video trying to explain the idea to my team and ask someone to cook this deck while I'm gone. When I had got back, nobody had cooked it. They were all too busy practicing the meta. No big deal. That just means it's time for me to get to work. The core of the deck was a miracle package using Ezreal Prodigy, Stack Deck, and Called Shot. The goal? Draw everything. Cast Battering Ram, Rasa, and Nocturne for free. But the secret sauce? The thing that really took the deck to the next level? 3-card package of Scrap Heap, Treasure Trove, and Detonate. Detonate is a cheap spell. For 1 energy and 1 power, you're drawing 3 to 4 cards and doing everything your deck wants to do. The deck started as a Jinx deck. I was playing for the best of card, and I wanted to give myself the best chance to earn it. But after we saw what other people were playing in the meta, my friend Will told me that this could just be an Annie deck. Given that there weren't that many more people playing Annie over Jinx, Annie made sense because her untapped 2 ability allowed me to hold up interaction even after massive combo turns. And let me tell you, after switching, this shit rips! Holy shit, the deck feels so smooth. You can spend your whole turn just spending all of your runes and just drawing all the cards and casting all the creatures, and at the end of the turn, you just get to hold up the interaction. For the first time, felt like I had something really coming together. 2 weeks before the Vegas event, I had beaten my friend Will in a test set. After I left the call, I started talking to the rest of the team. Has anyone else been losing to Seth's Annie deck? Kinda looks actually crazy. They had me come back into the call where they told me to make this into a Draven list. Suddenly, my tier 3 Jinx brew was promoted all the way to a Draven list. We realized that if we put this engine into a Draven shell, we weren't just playing for the best of prize anymore. Remember when I said I wasn't trying to win the tournament? Yeah, plans change. See, if you win the tournament, you also get the best of card. So instead of going for the easy legend, I guess we're taking the hard route now. Working on a bad deck is like a lump of coal. With enough time and pressure, you can turn it into a diamond. But we're running out of time. The list feels good, but there's many cards we still have to test before we can land on a good deck. Draven fixes the biggest issue the deck had, not having a good turn 2 play. The deck now plays like this. You play one of your 9 2-drops to set up for your combo turn. Turn 2, you're always playing Draven, and then turn 3, you start by casting a ton of your card draw spells to see if you can cast any of your battering rams for cheap. Turns 4, 5, and 6 is where you can use Bushwhack to have your creatures enter ready. And as the game goes on, you can start putting cards at the bottom of your deck using Vi to do it all over again. There's nothing left to do at this point but to go to Vegas and see how we do. Thursday, I flew in, and the second I landed in Vegas, we were already playing games in order to get ready for the event. I met up with some friends and jammed games all day from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday was the pre-RQ, the day before the real Vegas qualifier. It's a weird in-between event where you can either play for a buy for the main event or you could just grind for prize tickets to earn a metal version of your leader card. This was the day that we needed to lock in on the small details. We were all playing different lists so we can test new cards. I didn't earn a buy from this event, but I was lucky enough to get my metal Draven for the event. Overall, I left Friday feeling good. I knew there was a couple of matchups where I could have played better, but nothing felt like a disaster. I grabbed my dinner, reset, and went to bed to lock in for Saturday. Saturday was the main event. We got there early for what everyone calls the round zero. It's basically a pre-tournament ritual. Check the deck, make sure nothing's wrong, and jam a bunch of games to wake up your brain before the real rounds start. Round one is my personal demon. I haven't won a round one in months. I lost the round one yesterday's pre-RQ, and I lost the round one in the event I top 64'd in Houston. And I'm facing Irelia, a hard matchup. But the engine held, and I started the day 1-0. Round two was against Ezreal, and our sideboard plan of Pack of Wonders turned the game into a slow, inevitable grind. 2-0. And I'm sitting there thinking, we're actually gonna do this. This deck is real. But then round three hit me like a truck. Round three, I played against mid-range Draven, and I just played bad. No sugarcoating it. I made decisions too fast. I didn't slow down, and I got punished for it, and I lost. And the worst part about it, it felt winnable. It wasn't like I got outclassed by the deck. It felt like I beat myself. Round four. Lux control. I repeated the same mistake. I didn't tighten up. I didn't play clean. I navigated myself to an unlosable endgame, but the exact moment where it mattered the most, I couldn't find the win. 2-2. I was effectively out of achieving any of my personal goals. I chose not to even play round 5. I already had my spot locked up for regionals due to my previous finish. Still, it was pretty rough to fall so short of my goal. I felt like I had failed personally, but I quickly realized my weekend wasn't exactly over. 7 of us brought the deck, and I was the only one who didn't make day 2. Every single one of my teammates went 6-1 or better. They didn't just qualify, they dominated day 1. On Sunday, I clocked in to be a full-time hype man. I reported scores, rallied the squad, and watched as 5 of our players locked up top 64 finishes for regional invites. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted more out of this weekend for myself. But the truth is, the deck did exactly what I hoped it could do. It proved that even in a solved meta, there's always room for innovation. We turned a lump of coal into a diamond that carried my entire team to the next level. 5 of my 6 friends qualified for the regionals because we dared to play a card that no one else wanted to play. Vegas was just a fuse, and at regionals, we're bringing something even more explosive. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, give me a chance on some of my socials. I'm Majority SC on Twitter. I just recently posted a new spoiler, so go ahead and check that out. If you're looking to learn more about the game, go ahead and follow my team's Metafy at Team Detonate. We just released a free Draven guide. Gives you a bit of an insight on how we think about the game, help you learn a lot. And go ahead and give me a follow on Twitch, Majority SC. Probably do some gameplay review where we watch over some of the matches from the regional qualifiers between the Americas, EU, or the Chinese qualifiers. Thank you so much for watching, and you enjoy your day.
See there. That's them. That's them. They're open.